Well, I was requested to give my team of what I would use when I was playing Pokemon Tempest myself, assuming that Tempest became an actual game, you know? So, yeah. This is the team, this is just me giving them the team I'd use. Now, granted, I do have some honorable mentions because, you know, there are a lot of cool Pokemon in this region, I can't add them all to the team. So I just figured I'd, like, list them off, not, like, show them, but, you know, list them off. Drutagoyo, because it's a Dragon Rock type, but the thing is with my party that I have, I'm not going to need another freaking tank. But maybe in like a second playthrough, I might add it to the team. Simorg, because, to be quite honest, I know I said that this would be my regional bird of it, but upon rewatching the series, just so you get the thing, I'm already going to have a regional bird, and honestly, I think I would be so impatient with Corvat not evolving, I probably would just give up on it. There's Garbodor, honestly, just possibly because I want to do something with Garbodor and Trubbish are like those Pokemon where I'm like, I want to have this on my team for variety, and I never fucking use it. Yeah, I think there's always that one Pokemon that it would be like, I want to use you on a team, and then we don't. Like, I'd say I'd use Garbodor on the team for variety, but again, I probably wouldn't. But then again, I've never used a Stunky on a team before until Sword and Shield. I never thought about using it on a team. And the reason I did end up doing it in Sword and Shield is because I found a shiny one pretty mid-game. And I'm like, you know what? It's like, am I halfway through this game? My team's good as is. I'm still keeping you on the team, and I'm going to switch my party around constantly, even though it's going to make the team super awkward. I don't care. I caught a shiny before post-game. It's worth it. Anyway, another honorable mention would be Temferno, because, well, I already have the only reason it's being cut is because it's a water type, but I don't really have any water types in this team. But it's also like, it's a fire type, and I'm going to start with the fire starter, so I don't need another fire type. So maybe in a second playthrough. Another one that I would have as an honorable mention is Symphonian Raichu, which is a Alolan Raichu, but it's called Salopian, and Go-Gopher. Before you crucify me for thinking of Pikachu and a Pikachu clone, Solympia, why did I say Norclo? Solympia doesn't have a lot of electric types, like, there's almost as few electric types as it does ice types, if not, maybe fewer. Although it's still not as bad as original Gen 4 with fire types, but nothing's ever been that bad again. At least I hope not. So, yeah, I kind of just had them on the team because they'd want an electric type at some point, you know? Then there's Aegislash, because once Aegislash, I don't really need to explain it, and you get it at Honedge in, like, episode 7, so it's like, it's pretty early on in the game, and Aegislash is Aegislash. And then an honorable mention that made the team just this episode was Thundra, because, you know, I'd like to think that in episode 17, if I saw that electric egg thing with the 6 eyes poking out, my brain would go, that thing's going to do something suspicious. I'm keeping that thing. But it's only an honorable mention. Like, these are all honorable mentions for, like, future playthroughs that have never happened because this isn't an actual Pokemon game and probably never will be. So, now that we got the honorable mentions the heck out of the way, we can get to the actual meat of the thing. So, the first member of my party would be Minotaur, because it's the fire starter. I always pick the fire starter first. Maybe one day I won't pick the fire starter first. Nah, never gonna happen. Look, it's always it's just always a good pick to pick the fire starter first, because you don't get a lot of fire types early game usually. I mean, in Solympia, you got actually a few of them, which I was surprised by. But it's like, yeah, look, after Gen 4 with like 3 fire types in the entire game, it kind of just cemented my opinion of like, I'm only ever picking the fire type ever again. Not that I was ever on doubt of that, but you know. Anyway, yeah. It's a fire ground type, it's awesome, it's good. It's one of the reasons I didn't pick a freaking Drutagoyo. And, my next Pokemon in the regional bird would be either Scraptor or Avalisk. And I'm just going to show Scraptor's like evolution stage thing here, because this thing has a male and a female form, and I don't want to take 3 things. And so, yeah. I'm just putting my hand over here, and probably the thing's going to be like over here, over here, over here. I don't know what it's going to be when I'm editing this. Either way, the reason I have Scraptor, and Avalisk is because it's possible when I get a Capon, it ends up being a Mimichick, and I wouldn't know when I'm playing the game for the first time that that's what would happen. So I'm going like into this like how I would play as a first-time player. If I don't know if it's a Mimichick and not a Capon, I'm just gonna go with it, you know? I wonder how that would work if you did find a Mimichick though. It would just say Capon? Question mark? It would probably just say Capon so it wouldn't look suspicious. You know? So yeah, I might end up getting it like 90% of the time I'm gonna get a freaking Scraptor, but then I put that one time where I get an Avalisk, so that's why it's there as like an asterisk, I guess. Next up is Aggron, because you get Aggron in like the first tunnel of the game, and I'm a Hoenn simp, and Steel type is great for early games, so you know, I'm gonna take the Aggron. I'm not gonna know there's a regional variant of it until it bloody evolves, but for now, it's an Aggron or Aggron, so yeah, it's there because I'm a Hoenn simp. And speaking of Hoenn simps, slacking. Cause you get a slack out in like the first route or like the first beach cliff side. So I'm a Hoenn simp, so I'm gonna take slack off on the team. Then when it's probably evolves into Vigoroth, I'm like, oh, I'm keeping you. You're a freaking grass type. I have to keep one because I have to have a grass type in the party. Speaking of grass types, the next member of the team would be Togekiss. Because in episode 13 you get the coconut egg from the MNJ TV guy. In episode 5, I'm sorry, it evolved into Togekiss in episode 13. You got the egg in episode 5, my bad. And I'd probably keep it just because it's a fairy type on the team. Like, even though I said in the episode I'd kick it the heck out, no. it is grass type redundant, but I think there's always that one member of the team that is a redundant typing, you know? I played games where I have both Gyarados and like the regional bird. It's like that's redundant typing with both being flying, but meh, who cares? And the last member of the team would be Yame, the Cascadian region Pokemon. And because, well, it's a dragon bug type, and finding a Yanma is probably going to be pretty easy. And it probably has a pretty high encounter rate, sorry. Plus, it looks cool and it's quick, and is a psychic counter from being part bug type. And dragon typing is always good to have in the team, so yeah. This isn't nearly as in depth as my Cardinal team, but I don't have as much to say about it because, to be perfectly honest, when I was constructing the team, I'm like, that doesn't interest me. I already have that. Sometimes when I'm making my team, it is not a matter of this is the most well-constructed team of all time. It's going to be the best thing ever. No, it's a case of that doesn't look cool. Bye. That doesn't look good. Bye. This thing looks terrible, but it saved my ass in that one battle. Okay, it can stay. I don't construct teams with like high variety. Like, how is this going to do well in tournaments and Pokemon Masters OU, whatever the fuck it's called. But I do construct in the case of, like, what would be fun to use, you know? I am the guy who plays Pokemon and who doesn't, like, have the best moveset for, like, regions like Swords Dance, Protect, so, like, Jazz on the screen. I'm the guy who has all 4 of his moves be attacking ones, because I want to hit things, and I want to hit things hard to get to the main campaign as soon as possible. And then restart the entire campaign later. Or at least that's what I do as a kid, whereas now, as I'm a 26-year-old, I let the save files just sit there and rot. I never do anything with it because I don't want to lose all that save data. Because the year 2022 and Pokemon still only has 1 save slot. And then Sega looked at that in Summon Colors Ultimate and thought, let's get rid of our multiple save slots. I'm not bitter. You're bitter. So, yeah. Anyway, just to go over the team again, it's Minotaur, the Fire Ground starter. Scraptor slash Avalisk, which would be a flying fighting or a flying. No, I think it's a poison dragon. Or it's a flying dragon. I think. There's Aggron, which is I think just pure steel, which always is. I think. Slacking is a normal. The freaking Olympian Slacking, which is a grass normal. Cascadian the Animate, which is a dragon bug, and then there's Olympian Togekiss, which is a I believe grass fairy. So yeah, that's the team. That's the team I probably use to take throughout the game and go lead forward to face and all that jazz, and hopefully take down Cass with. Just realized there's a Cascade reason, and the main villain is Cass. Just weird how that ended up, right? I mean, I try to catch as many Pokemon as possible, but that's just how I make my team. I do it my way, you do it yours, in this made-up Pokemon region that doesn't exist and never will. So, but if you want to tell me what your teams would be, go ahead and put them in the comments below. I'm interested. See you tomorrow when I finish Pokemon and Science and Magic and give my Pokemon team there, too. There's going to be so much more of that to watch. They're like 40-minute episodes, and there's 19 other fuckers. Although it is still a lower amount of episodes than Tempest, so fair game on that one. The watch time is... whatever. One step at a time, and it's mostly plot driven, not 500 new Pokemon a second, you know? Anyway, that's my Pokemon team. Tell me yours in the comments, and that's all I got left to say, so... See ya.